Thank you very much, Mark, and hello everyone. I'm sorry to have been a bit late. Uh, so um, I will do a presentation about something which is an in-between, because EuroGEO is something existing for quite a long time, 2017, and the support of my talk will be about the EuroGEO Secretariat project that just started on the 1st of December last year. So I'm involved in Geo since 2005. I don't know if most of you are knowing about Geo, but the idea I will come to the presentation to the group on Earth observation just at this first slide, but just to support the discussion and to give you the insight of this presentation. A lot of what we are planning to do in this 2 years project is sustained by the One EuroGEO hashtag on the back of my slide, because we have the ambition to become an inclusive driving force in advancing EO capability. And we have also the idea of building a sense of the community and belonging in order to contribute to a sustained and resilient Earth observation ecosystem. So that's really through the building of an integrated and collaborative ecosystem of actors that we will have the opportunity to reduce the fragmentation of the action in this domain. And so to go further in this presentation, I should push this. Okay. I should talk about GEO, the Group on Earth Observation. So the Group on Earth Observation, if you are knowing about this collaborative intergovernmental body, it was set up in 2003 and started already his work in 2005 with the idea of using Earth observation and developing its use for decision making. There was different phase on this long story, but it's under a 10-year program, and the new one will be set up in 2025 with the idea of co-producing user-driven Earth intelligence solution. So it was a 10 years program for the previous one, and the one that we are setting up today is also for 10 years. The first part of the work was to develop the global Earth observation system of systems. The second part was from data to information, and now we are going from information to services and solutions. So it's 116 countries participating to GEO, the members, but also 151 participating organizations. And you will find on this arena all the people working on Earth observation at large. When we are talking about Earth observation, it's not only satellite data, it's also in situ measurement, but also all the big models that are supporting the analysis we can have on our environments. And the most interesting topic that we are working on since 2005 is really to support decision making with Earth observation, information, services, and data. So the future of this it was previously organized in societal benefit area, and we are working on this new way of presenting the activity, reducing the number of what we call the focus area. They are still under definition, and so it's an ongoing work with the idea of organizing the activity into thematic groups, or what we call focus area, to really favor the collaboration across the GEO and to promote the alignment with the global priority in order to develop nexus approaches on collaboration. So these initial focus area are 6: agriculture, water, ecosystem, weather, climate, and One Health. So it's more than that. You can see that it's not climate, but climate, energy, and urbanization. But you have also in the middle of this big circle, equity, inclusion, open data, knowledge, and infrastructure. All these elements are key in Geo, and in EuroGEO, there will be, of course, part of our duty. So in this equity, inclusion, etc., it's talking about youth, about equity, about indigenous people and local community, and also the global activity, and going from global to local and from local to global also. Let's go now to EuroGEO. EuroGEO, it's part of the organization of Geo. It was set up in 2017 on the basis of regional organization. There are 4 regional Geo currently in Geo, one for Africa, AfriGeo, one for the America, AmeriGeo, one for Asia and Oceania, EOGEO, and the last one was EuroGEO that was set up at that time. In a nutshell, we have a series of topics that we are looking for to really deliver an integrated European contribution to GEO and increase the GEO benefit for Europe, acting as an incubator to produce and test EO services and applications in cooperation, to deliver specific EO application benefiting from integrated global dataset made available through GEO, but also through Copernicus for the European countries and for the different organizations in Europe, to promote, scale up, and develop EO application in association with users. The users are centric on what we want to build, because if you are developing EO application without any user, it doesn't matter. And so we are really building on Copernicus data and all the Horizon projects, Horizon 2020, Horizon Europe, and all the GEO projects. And the idea is to support the implementation of the Green Deal and the GEO engagement priority that are 4. The one on the Paris Agreement, the Sendai Agreement, the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goal, and the last one that was set up 2 years ago on urban resilience. The approach we are working on is really to combine, coordinate, and cooperate on the EO ecosystem at all levels in order to be able to create added value to the work we are achieving. In this schema, we are a small group working with the idea of building the EuroGEO Secretariat. Today, the governance is mainly ensured by the DGRTD, so the General Directorate of Research and of Research, sorry. And so the idea is to support their activity by having a secretariat being able to really work on this 3C approach: combine, coordinate, cooperate. So at the central point of this, you have the EuroGEO Secretariat, so that's the aim of these actions. And we have this development with different aspects in terms of liaison, in terms of coordination support, and in terms of the EuroGEO implementation plan. This part of the slide. For coordination support, there was a series of action groups that had been set up years ago. And you have the list here, the current list, which of course can change and can be evolved according to different type of activities and the change that we can have on the different focus area. And these action groups are groups of researcher, industry, infrastructure, partnership project supporting thematic research and activity that support the EuroGEO implementation plan. The EuroGEO implementation plan should be now updated, of course, with the new paradigm in GEO. And so we are coordinating all this action group in order to extract from what they are doing the challenge and the gap that will support the development of the research and innovation in Europe, and that will support also the next MFF program. In terms of liaison, we try to organize the discussion with all the partnership networks and projects, and my presentation here is also in this framework. All the infrastructure, all the industry, and all the interested entity from Copernicus and others, and all the EU body dedicated to Earth observation. So it's a huge activity around networking, discussion, explanation, combination, cooperation, and collaboration. From these big discussions, we hope to update the EuroGEO implementation plan and to support, in that sense, the GEO framework. We have, as any other project, a communication aspect, but we have a specific topic on organizing the EuroGEO annual events. The two last ones were in Athens and in Bolzano, with more than 200 people participating to this huge community of EuroGEO. And also to try to develop the research and innovation impact in order to capture the challenge and the gap that we see in the community. We are building a research and innovation observatory that will be available for EuroGEO and for analyzing the challenge and gap we find, but also support to innovation, a support to the market development, and what we call some operational pipeline that will be used also to develop ideas, services for the community. And last but not least, we have, of course, to take care about the sustainability of the whole process for the EuroGEO Secretariat, but also for the EuroGEO implementation. So it's a small partnership with the granting authority of REA and the European Commission, with the support of the Knowledge Center on Earth Observation, the KCO, but also with the support of EUMETSAT, with the support of EA, with the support of all the interests and entity that have an impact in GEO and in EuroGEO. And here you have the people working on this activity. So to give you an insight, you can take a look to the EuroGEO Secretariat website. We hope to have soon the capability also to, we have the capability, but the material to give information about all the action groups. So you can explore it. You have the link and also a QR code that can reach the website. And also we have done a series of activity in past projects that we have built in what is called the community in the Geo Knowledge Hub. A community is a series of granules. It's a series of activity that can be set up and that allow to access to the knowledge developed within this community. The knowledge can be of different type. Here you will find some PhD dedicated to the development of co-design methodology in Earth observation domain, but also some videos, some training, some material in terms of paper, in terms of services that can be accessed through this website, and that allow to anybody to take care about capacity building and to share the knowledge that had been built in the different previous projects that are part of EuroGEO. It's not the only community. You will find also a community dedicated to the Space Climate Observatory and others. And there is a full set of material here available and allowing to anyone to increase its knowledge and its capacity in the different domain. So I said that we are preparing the next EuroGEO workshop. So here is a save the date about this. It will be in Krakow, in Poland, in October. And the idea is really to build this EuroGEO implementation plan with the community in order to really catch all the work we have achieved in the past and the plan that we have for the future. So when I prepare this presentation, the way I think the things is what are our mutual benefits and how can we find a way of collaborating on this activity. And so I just underline some points on the contribution to the action group and to the future geo focus area. You can also answer to the EuroGEO questionnaire. You have here a QR code and a link to have access to this questionnaire, and also contribute to the EuroGEO implementation plan. And then I will be very happy to discuss with you about our mutual benefits. And that's my main question for you now. And just before we enter the discussion, I just want to remind you that we have this workshop. You can contact us through this email. You will have somebody who answer to you, no problem. And I would like to thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thierry. Thank you very much indeed. I just signed up for your newsletter while you were talking at the end. So, questions for Thierry, please. We'll wait and see. Do speak up or raise your hand. Let me see.
We are in a building process, so you are welcome.
Yeah. I see that. Thanks, Martinez. Martinez just dropped the questionnaire in the chat. Daniel, please. Yes.
I don't have a question, just wonderful. You know, it's always a great idea to hear this wonderful same story repeated from a different continent. I'm used to it in EuroGEO, but it's good to hear from EuroGEO and to see that the work is pretty similar in many respects. So for me, big ups to Europe, and we are learning a lot from you guys there. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. And in our duty also, we have to collaborate with all the other regional geo. So we will have time to discuss more in details.
Martina, you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Thierry, for this excellent presentation and the overview. You asked a question about what are mutual benefits. What could be so? As you know, EOTEC DevNet is a network of networks founded by different organizations: CEOs, WGCAP-T, UN-USA, WMO, and GEO as well. So we are happy, of course, to promote your work and also promote possibilities for our members to join different action groups and different activities from of EuroGEO. I'm just maybe Erin, would you like to add something, or Yasha?
No, I think maybe the one thing I would just mention, we did also in our other regional communities of practice have presentations on the EuroGEO meeting and the EuroGEO meetings coming up as well. So we weren't able to connect with EOGEO, unfortunately, but we hope to do that in the future. So it's great to have this collaboration, you know, see if we can help play a role across the geos. That's what our dream is to help these be open channels of communication. So really glad to hear your presentation, Thierry, and hear all the work that's going on with EuroGEO. Thanks.
Yeah, well, so maybe here I can cite Mark, you at our in-person meeting last year, that EOTEC DevNet is like information flow a hub, or you can say so. So we are happy to share and make the information flow. Yeah, Mark? Just go ahead.
My reflection in the background is because the two presentations are quite nice to see next to each other. So in the world of from the EUMETSAT side, we can work with our member states and justify the existence of the EUMETSAT missions based on their application in meteorology. So, and we do a lot of work to produce the societal benefit. And I imagine that's also true for other things, particularly that, for example, the European Space Agency is involved in, and other missions where there's a core user group, a core application area, and there's a need, and it's all good. And what you see in Andreas's presentation is where you have something that's all very lined up. We have this mission, these users, this particular application area, and it's really important, and that's great. And it's super important to do that. But why we need the EuroGEOs and the EOTEC DevNets is the satellite mission costs €1 billion. And if we only get the benefit inside its focused area, we lose many, many billions of euros and potentially lives worth of benefit in other places. And we can't get that when we're not connected to the communities, or the user communities are more disparate. So that whole 3Cs approach, I think, is really important to help us connect to new user communities, different communities we don't understand. So that gluing approach is super important. So that was just a reflection back. So more, I just added to the enthusiasm rather than had a question.
To add on this discussion, the work that we are doing now is also coming from a previous project called eShape. That was EuroGEO Showcase Application Powered by Europe. I put the link on the chat. The idea of this project was really to have a sandbox to experiment the way of developing EO services on the benefit of Geo, for the benefit of Geo, and for the benefit of Europe. And that was a tremendous sandbox with 37 pilots that have been developed during 4 years, that are, I will say for all of them, I hope it's still the case, available and operational. So this means we have developed all the methodology in terms of developing this co-design methodology. The first discussion on when we built the project was to say one user, one pilot, no user, no pilot. And that was the key on the success of this project. We have developed some way of working in terms of development. We are working on capacity building, and all this material is available on the website, and you can explore it, and it can also support your reflection on that. And from what we did here, we really it was really supporting the idea of this EuroGEO Secretariat for the benefit of the community. And that's exactly the same question that we have today for the new space program and the strategy that is already set up, that are in, so it's not already set up, that are in preparation, sorry. And the follow-up of the Copernicus FP Cup activities. That was really something of a large impact from my experience, and I think it's really interesting to see that more or less what we are doing, or what we plan to do in this project, is really something that can also support the user uptake in any other activity, and so capacity building, inclusion, preparation, and so on and so forth. So feel free to explore also this eshape.eu website. It's still up and running, so that's also a place where you can find a lot of resources.